we are making our morning shake. So I use Kachava. This is the Kachava. I have used Kachava now for, I don't know, 3, 4 years. And then it is a vegan shake. What does vegan mean? It just means there's no milk, there's not going to be any dairy, there's no meat products in this shake. No, your source of protein comes from plants and things grown in nature. I know animals are grown in nature, yes, but not from animal sources. Okay. So, if that is of importance to you, the reason that matters to me is because I can't do things like whey protein. It just affects my body differently, but it works for other people in my family. So, I do have an option I'm going to show you that my family uses. This is your list of ingredients, amazing nutrition in here. So, you can look at the list of ingredients yourself. What I will tell you is that since I have been taking Kachava and making this in my daily shake, so this is something I have almost every single day, and my Vitamix Blender lives right here on the counter. Nobody puts it away. It always stays there because of the fact that I'm always making a daily shake. I have used Kachava for the shake. So I'm actually going to make this, and I am using what they call chocolate. But chocolate in Kachava, because of all the natural elements and the sources, I'm not somebody who normally eats chocolate. I don't eat chocolate bars. I don't eat chocolate candy. I don't like the taste of chocolate. I'm also somebody who can't do a lot of sweets. So you see why me and chocolate don't go together. This is very mild. This is very light. And compared to all different kinds of supplements I've tried throughout the years, this to me does not taste like a heavy, thick, dense chocolate. And I say that in a positive way. Like that's a good thing for me. So it's very mild. I've also had their vanilla, which I enjoy as well. So there's what the powder looks like up close. Okay. Um, it does have a chocolatey, a very, very light chocolatey scent, but you're going to do 2 scoops of this go into your shake. I'm also going to add in a lemon. Why do I do a lemon? Because it gives a lot of robust flavor with very low sugar. So compared to having like a banana, which I have the banana because my kid wants a banana in his shake, and that's fine, and his body can handle it. And he's getting ready to go to sports, so he's all going to use that well. I have to have a lower level of sugar. So there's natural low level of sugar in this because the natural sources. I use a lemon, and I'm going to have mixed berries and water. That's what goes in my shake. I keep it very simple, very plain. So let's cut open our lemon. And because I am using the Vitamix can do for you what a lot of other blenders on the market cannot. Okay, so can we just talk about that for a second while I'm cutting up my lemon? So you have the ability, I kind of just gently trim off. I don't take all the edges off. So I've taken off the 2 corner because I don't want that part in there. But I leave a little bit of is it called the rind on a lemon? So showing you up close. Okay. There's the frozen mixed berries. There's the lemon. And now I'm just going to come, and I'm usually, what does that say? Between like the 3 and 4 cup line. I've made this so many times I'm not even measuring, but I'm just going to pour water. Can you see? Okay. Down in here. Yep. It's about right to that 4 cup line. And now remember, that's your berries, that's the lemon. And let's go ahead and add in the shake. Okay. So I'm going to angle this camera a little bit. I'm being careful with moving the camera too much because my internet is being very spotty and very sensitive today. All right. 1 scoop and 2 scoops. And this whole thing, 2 scoops, okay, in here is only 240 calories. So if you're counting your calories, 25 grams of protein. I'm adding this in here as well, creatine, because I started last summer and I'm really going to get back into it, is working on muscle development. Okay. I'm in my 40s, and at a stage in your life in your 40s, you stop just producing muscle in the same way that you do when you're young. Is I add in my collagen. So here are my nails. These are my real nails. There you go. Can you see my nails? Yes, I inherited long fingernails in and of themselves. Like you can see how long the base of my fingernails from my grandma. I have my maternal grandma's hands. Okay. But anyhow, this My nails stay strong because I take the collagen. Collagen helps with your joints, like the fluidity. That's why I'm doing this hand motion. The fluidity in your joints comes from helping with collagen. This is also one of those things that as we are aging, we need to add in sources of collagen to help our bodies. Okay. So we add in certain essential oils, we add in certain proteins and the creatine and the collagen. These are things that your body is not just going to be producing for you, that your body needs as supplements. So that's why I'm adding this to my shake. So if I have this as a morning shake or like wherever you want to put this in your day, but I'm just saying throughout your day, you're having a shake. I have replaced my multivitamin. I am having a protein source, 25 grams? Yes, 25 grams of a natural, clean protein source. I say clean and that it's no additives, that don't work for my body. Okay. You do you for what you like. The lemon, the mixed berries, the water, and then I have the creatine for my muscle aid and the collagen also helping with my muscles. Because if I can't move good, if I don't have good joint fluidity, yes. Is that a word? Fluidity? How I'm moving, the flexibility. Yes. So all that. And so now let's just go set this over here. And we're going to put this in. And I've got my lid that pretty much lives on my on my dish drying rack right here. And all right, so brace yourself because I'm going to turn it on, so it could get loud. Obviously, it's a blender. And I want to show you before I get started, in case the frozen berries kind of get stuck a little bit. And what I mean stuck is because they're frozen. Sometimes when you put them in, they kind of fall as individual pieces and sometimes they fall as a clump. And so if you need a little bit of help, this is called the tander. Do not use this without having your lid on. Your lid is your safeguard because see how thick your lid is? Okay. So your tander has this ridge around it because watch, when I go to put it down, this groove around it stops it. It keeps bumping into the lid. So you'll see me go like this. Okay. What that's doing is it's allowing me to move around the elements of the shake without ever hitting the moving blade. Okay. The blade's down here doing this. The ingredients are up here doing this. And if they get stuck, the tander comes and busts them without ever touching the blade. So you only use the tander if needed. You don't always need it. Sometimes you will. That tander comes with your machine and you move that with the lid on place. That's my safety tip. Now, why does Stephanie know that? You might be asking yourself, why is Stephanie really stressing this? Because Stephanie did it one time on her old blender without the lid on and had to learn the lesson the hard way. I ruined the shake and had to obviously ruined my tander. So I had to get a new one ordered. You live, you learn. Yes. So let's turn this on and get our shake going. I'm going to actually take out the tander for right now and just get it started and see if I need it. I do like, can you see the blue light? That it has a safety switch that you must turn on. So your kid, like little kids who don't know any better and are messing, can't just come in here and start messing with it and turn it on because you have to turn on the safety switch first. And then, so you turn that on, you turn on whatever level you want. Never start at a 10 because that's going to be full max. I start at a 1 and get it going. I just from my personal preference, my hand always holds the lid on, but you do you. And then just turn on. You can see it going. Okay. And then I just rev it up. And it's doing it. I didn't even need the tander today. It's all mixing up. The line on the lemon and the mixed berries. I really didn't need the 10, but I just wanted to show you the intensity. Okay. And I always turn off my safety switch. And when I went to a 10, I could feel it splashing around on my hand. But that's okay. So I made it a little bit of a mess, but I wanted to show you because normally it wouldn't be all up in here, but because I went all the way to a 10 and I didn't actually need it at a 10, sometimes you'll need the 10 because you have something that really needs to be chopped up really well. Okay. So now let me pour out this. I've got my Hydro Flask. I linked these up for you. These are the big tumblers. I love them. Look how it's narrower down here so it fits into your cup holder, into your car if you're going to be on the go. You got the stainless steel on the inside. And so this is where I'm going to put my shake. And I've got this in green. I've got it in gray. And then I have a smaller one that I think is purple. Look at that. Yummy. I like to get every little last bit there. Okay. Let's sample. I know it's good because I make the same recipe every day, but so good. Now you can level more water, thinner, less water, thicker. So, you don't like, once again, I don't do a lot of dairy, so that's why I make mine with water. I like it with water. But if you made it with milk, you could. And there are different kinds of milk because if we're using a vegan protein, you may not want cow milk. I'm not saying cow milk is what you have to use. You can use almond milk, coconut milk. My goodness, coconut milk is so delicious, like to make so many different recipes. Once again, I'm trying to keep my calories and my sugar lower, so I just make it with water. See, it filled up this whole entire Hydro Flask tumbler. That's a lot. That's a lot of shake. And so I can go and keep sipping on that. Now, why have this out? I promised my son I was going to make him one. And this is what he's using. He is an athlete. He is training. He is also much younger than me by over 30 years. And so his body processes things differently. So this is 130 calories. We just do 1 scoop. This is 24 grams of protein, 2 sugars, so very low in the sugar category. But this is a whey protein and it has vanilla extract added to it for the flavoring. Just sunflower sea salt, monk fruit for the sweetness, and a little bit of stevia leaf. So there you go. So very simple ingredients, very clean design. I wanted something that supported him as an athlete. Now, this did say 1 scoop, but notice this scoop size compared to, hold on, let me get my Kachava scoop. Okay, look, it's like 1.5 of the Kachava scoopers. Okay, so 1 scoop of this, because you might be like, oh no, it's not equivalent. I have to do 2 scoops of Kachava to get the same thing. Yeah, but the scooper is so much bigger. So there you have in comparison. Okay, let me get some berries in here. Need to go buy some more berries. All right, so I got berries. Trying to see what I'm doing. Berries. I put ice into his. Okay, there's what my ice cubes look like. So they're not huge. They're like from the refrigerator. There you go. Can you see the size? But the blender handles this just fine. So 1 scoop of that. He takes a whole banana into his. So, and he was thinking the banana wasn't good. I was like, well, I may not want to eat such a ripe banana, but it's baking and making shakes with ripe bananas. Fantastic. Okay, now we got to add in some water. I didn't have the water set aside yet for his. I'm going to put this up here. Instead of me looking down at it, I'm used to looking at it the other way so I can see what I'm doing. All right. See if I need more water. I might decide I need more water. And so I'm going to scoop this in. There's 1 scoop of the whey protein. There you go. So put that in. And I don't put any of the other additives into his that I use in mine. He doesn't need it. Different ages, different stages, yes, different needs. All right. Remember, on the Vitamix, we've got the safety switch. So we're going to turn that on and then start at level 1. Power it up. You can hear it chopping up the ice. Everything sounds like liquid. All right. I think his shake is done. So you can see that. Similar color to mine. There's mine. There's his because we used the mixed berries are giving it that pink color. His is a little bit thicker than mine because I used a little bit less water, but that's the way he wants it, and that's fine. Sometimes I make mine thicker, and I just have to use a straw versus it being more of a drink. Oh, his tumbler is a little bit smaller than my hydro flask. So it's like coming out the top. It's coming out the top. All right. Now, this is so easy for me. I just rinse it out every day and then I'm good to go. But if you ever need a deep clean, just put a dot of dish soap down in here, put some water, go mix it up, and then it makes it easier for you to clean. So I'm just going to rinse it out real quick. I just use the sprayer so it gets down there with a little bit of pressure and force. And as long as I do this right away, like I don't leave it to dry, it all just washes right out. And then I push this back and it just lives in my corner the rest of the other 23 and a half hours of the day. Probably more than that, but you get the idea. All right, there we go. Okay. So we made the Kachava shake, which I love as a vegan protein shake. Lots of great, strong protein and no like crazy additives. You're going to have to look up the list yourself because it's a longer list, but you're like, oh, maybe you're have adverse things to long list. Like I do have ingredients, but look at what kind of ingredients they've gone to, the extent they've gone to get these great nutritional things. I'm using it to replace so many things like the supplements I was taking, the multivitamins. That's what I'm trying to say. I add in the collagen. I add in, what is my other thing? Here we go. The creatine for muscle development. Okay, this is just helping to support muscle growth because I'm working to actively build up muscle. He's using the whey protein, and this is working for him, and this is 24 grams of protein. And so we just make that a little bit differently. And it also has a ton of different amino acids in here. And so you can look up I'm sure they have this on the product listing from Shepherd Boy Farms, and he loves this. And so I'm going to set this out and let you see my dog having this, and it gives you guiding if you're going to feed. So him in his weight range, he could have like 3 cups of this all by itself. And that's fine, but freeze dried costs more than regular kibble. And it should. It should, because it's better made. It's better quality. And it's not just a difference between like organic and non-organic, which also matters, but it's like making your own burger and storing it and then eating it versus eating like fast food burgers. Like there's a big difference. Which I don't do fast food burgers, so that was like non-appetizing. And so I would put kind of the difference there. And so you can see as this is coming out, I'm just going to sprinkle this over the top. He's getting some little crumbs, and then he's getting these big chunks. See the chunks? And he loves that. And in comparison to the kibble, which we use the mini chunks kibble, and then he has the freeze-dried chunks. Okay, so you can see the size difference. But these are the beef flavored. They come in other flavors as well, including chicken and alligator, which chicken is kind of normal, but alligator I was surprised about. But I just mix it in like that. And now I'm going to make a little bit of noise so he hears me. And then he's just going to eat this, and he loves this. So look, he's already, let's see if I can take this without the internet crashing. Look, yes, hi, you're on camera. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, good boy. That's your food. I got you your food. I know you don't like seeing the camera, but we're trying to watch you. We're trying to watch you. Okay, go ahead, eat. There you go. So see, he's diving right in because he enjoys it. There are times if I just put the kibble out and I'm out of the topper, he'll just let the kibble sit. He'll wait till he's really hungry. But with that topper on it, that nutrition, he can taste the difference. Can you taste the difference? Is it yummy? Is it yummy? Got any feedback for us? Mm-hmm. They should give it to their doggy? Mm-hmm. You like it? Good job. He's my doggy model. Okay. Now, I have a couple other things I wanted to show you, and then we'll wrap up here. But what I wanted to do, so showed you the different shakes, and I think those are so important. Hold on. My son's shake is melting. He walked right past it when I was making it, but so I didn't. I'm going to set it in the fridge for a second. Oh, okay. That'll help it stabilize till he shows back up. Okay. So I showed you the collagen, which we need, the creatine if you're working on muscles. If you need energy throughout your day, which I do, okay? The shake that I make is so good, adds nutrition, and but I'm usually doing this earlier in the day, at least by midday. Come throughout the day, depending on what I'm doing, which I'm usually doing a lot of creative things, a lot of things that are taking brain energy. And I need energy to clear my mind sometimes. I need energy to help me focus. I need energy just to keep moving physically. Like there's so many different ways that energy shows up and supports you in your body. I really love Sweat Ethic. The guy at a nutrition store suggested Sweat Ethic to try this. And this is the tropical sunshine. I've also had another flavor and I can't think which one, but because I just always buy the tropical sunshine. But the other flavor was good, but I really love this flavor. I put 1 scoop of this into a glass of water, like a glass like this. I would fill up to about right there, and I will just sip on the Sweat Ethic. This is so tasty and so good. I would make this for you and show you, but there's hardly anything left. It's like, I don't even think I can make one more cup out of this. I've got to get my other order. My other order hasn't arrived yet. So, but this is delicious. This is a great way to give yourself a boost of power, a boost of energy, a boost of, energy and power. That's what you're looking for. Another option for you, this has a little less, let's compare 'em. This one has B6 and B12, L-theanine, which I honestly don't know what that is. Natural caffeine, 186 milligrams. Oh my, this has really tiny print. But this has B6, B12, and I know it had the L, there it is over there, 120 milligrams of caffeine. So it's 120 milligrams. Okay, so you have 186 here, 120 here, 0 calories, or yeah, 0 sugar, 15 calories. This is one that I've been trying out now for a week, okay? And it's a lighter impact on my body compared to this. They're both, I showed you the other one. You can see like the powder in here is just a little bit thicker powder. It created a little bit of a smoke effect, me moving it around. And so just stirring this up and putting this in, both of them, same thing. You just put them into water, you stir them up, you drink them. Okay. If I had to choose my favorite, this is my favorite. I know it's also because I've been on it for a year. And just one of these a day has replaced me drinking like higher powered, more expensive energy drinks that come like pre-made. And it's been really good for me. Another one that I am trying out is the mango pineapple, but the difference in this one, those are both for straight up energy. This is actually a nootropic. So this can help with mood and recovery, like your clarity of mind, your brain fog, elements of that. So it does have the L-theanine. I don't know why I keep pointing out, but I keep noticing like that's a common thing that a lot of energy drinks talk about. So if you know what that does, and this has the ashwagandha root, the ginseng root. This has different elements that are helping you with your energy. And so this is from MTE, and the brand did provide this for me to be able to have this sample. It comes in these packages. It comes in different sizes. And so this is the mango pineapple flavor. And so they say only do one of these. Here's the other thing that's different with this. This is caffeine free. So you're getting energy support without caffeine. So if that's important to you. So for me, 186 to 120 to no caffeine. You see what I mean? You could wean yourself down and off of caffeine depending on what stage and what, all those different things that you're at. So this, you're just going to open this and mix this in. And it says anywhere between 8 and 24 ounces of water. Why do they give you such a range of water? Well, because it's about your personal preference. How much you want to take as far as water or adding ice, mixing this up is how strong or how diluted you want the mango pineapple flavor to be. So you do you for what works for you. So this is going to be an energy source that is caffeine free. This is going to be a lower energy source at 120. This is going to be a higher energy source at 186. So those are some 3 options to help support you throughout the day with your energy. The last thing I think I linked up here for you, I make sure I've covered all the pieces. I hate it when I forget to tell you about something I've linked up. Oh, I linked up my pretty dress. Did you see that? So it's the smocked. See the top? On the top, it is sleeveless. That's why I have my little cardi on because it's got a cooler breeze today. But it's supposed to go up to 70. So it's like I got a dress for all the seasons all in one day, 30-degree temperature change. And then it's got like, can you see at the bottom? It's got like tiers to it and it flows all the way down. It's a loose maxi. I love it. It's been very comfortable. I have one thing I want to show you. This is one I don't take every single day. I take as needed. Okay. And there are times in my life that I've needed it way more and it has become a daily supplement. But this is a source of magnesium, but this is calm and it really does what it says that it does. Okay. So we've talked about things to give you energy. We talked about building up your protein, your source of your strength. This is about calming you. So I think about this is how it feels in me. When I used to have to haul the kids around a lot and three boys and lots of rambunctiousness, even though I was like, we're in the car, don't talk. They still might just randomly just say something. And it wasn't even they were yelling. It was just it had gone from quiet to like, ah. And I would get anxiety. I get anxiety a little bit easier when I'm driving because of kind of just the nerves of driving. Just different things like that, especially as they were younger. I was having more sense of anxiety in my body and I would work my thoughts. I would work on how I was feeling about anxiety because I really do believe the way that you think bounces your anxiety. But some of it was just like in my nerves, in my physical body. That's why I started taking Calm. If I ever feel like I'm just kind of racing and for no reason, and it's like the anxiety is kind of acting up. Once again, anxiety appears in different people in different ways, and there's physical body anxiety. There's also anxiety that comes from your thoughts and the way that you're thinking, more the worry, the tension, the stress. Yes. Calm has been able to be an assistant to me in these regards. I do not take anti-anxiety medicine. If you're on that, then Calm probably isn't what you need. If you are um just like having intermittent phases like I am and having, these kind of episodes or experiences, I like to just keep Calm on hand and just mix this in. This is the raspberry lemon flavor. I just put it in a little glass of water and I'm talking earlier I showed you the big cup, but I would only be doing like a smaller amount of water here and mix that up and drink it. It's a very light flavor. It's very thin in how you mix and process it. And then from there I just drink it and it's so because it's a powder and you're drinking it, it's all diluted into your system very fast. I feel it acting very fast. And just like I can drink an energy drink and feel my energy shifting up, I can drink the Calm and feel the anxiety. So it's not necessarily energy, it's anxiety calming down. You do you. That's how I'm going to describe it. I was trying to think about accurately how I could detail it for you. I've used the same brand throughout the years for many years. And this has just been the supplement of choice if that acts up on me. And it's not something I can just change my thoughts about. And I need to actually release the physical anxiety. That's how I use that. All right, friend. Thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks for going over the different shakes that you can use to support your body and how you can use these other supplements. And cheers to you. Have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.